Just like the military, where we had African Americans, we've had people of color, right, join the military, right? And then feeling as if, well, if I'm part of this, I have access. The same equal kind of access then, right? But then it's like, what you're doing, you're just feeding this idea, right, of being an American. But is it meant for you? It seemed that way. Because once you do your job, right, because this is the modern slavery that we're talking about, you're still going to be judged the same everywhere you go. Okay.
That reminds me of the current nonsense happening, right? That, by the way, capitalists are profiting off of. And that's with Sha'Carri Richardson, the Olympian that broke the record.
Yeah.
You know, technically right now she is the fastest human being to ever run in the Olympics. However, some fucking how, they picked to focus on her and her cannabis usage. After hearing that her mom died, she was, you know, in a very stressful time during the Olympics trying to, you know, change history, and her mom died. She still carried on. But they're so focused on, oh, she used cannabis. But you have Olympians secretly using steroids and all these other things that are a lot more harmful to the body, and it's unfair because it's giving you sort of an advantage. Cannabis, how is that giving you an advantage but to calm you down? It doesn't make you a faster person. She literally made history as the fastest runner in the Olympics so far. And you're telling me because she did cannabis, that somehow brings shame and dishonor to her achievement? Hell no, man. Are you crazy? But look what they're doing. They're stirring people up. You're going to have a large group of people that turn on her. And it just so happens that large group of people look like her. Right? And they're going to be like, oh yeah, you shouldn't have done that. Why? Because Empire still has you thinking that cannabis is wrong? Have you even thought for yourself? You know, how often do we stop to think, what is the political agenda here? What the fuck are we really talking about? How is this even relevant?
But it's because they have like this, it's like a policy or something. So they got, for the Olympics, there's an Olympic policy on cannabis. So according to the U.S. Anti-Doping Agency, marijuana is prohibited by the World Anti-Doping Agency, a foundation created by the International Olympic Committee, in competition unless an athlete has an approved therapeutic use exemption. So use of the drug can result in an anti-doping rule violation and sanction. So marijuana is actually considered a health risk, a performance-enhancing substance, and a violation of quote-unquote spirit of the sport.
Spirit of the sport.
So the USADA, right, states that an athlete can have cannabis in their system at the time of testing, but that the amount cannot exceed 150 nanograms per milliliter.
Bullshit.
And that it can take weeks or months for cannabis to leave an athlete's system, and that athletes should consult a doctor about a clearance time between the last usage of cannabis and the date of competition.
Look at that, they made a policy. Because there was no real way to fucking hold people accountable like that. Like
so that's why she's like suspended for 30 days or something.
Yeah, and they're saying that she might miss the Tokyo event. But it's so crazy how they pick and choose, man. Like, It's nuts. Like, why do we still think cannabis is wrong? Like, this is crazy.
And it's like, it is not.
Why do I need your permission to do cannabis? Like, this is nuts. I don't need your permission. Like, this is nuts because you're giving it to cancer patients left and right. You're giving it to PTSD, high anxiety people left and right. But because you didn't write this prescription.
And then my thing is, if you are not doing it right before.
That's what I'm saying. This woman broke a fucking human record. Cannabis had nothing to do with that. Like, come on, bro. This is retarded. It's just dumb. As an INFJ, this makes no fucking sense to me.